So I'm going to take something different here. So let's take a little walk and we'll have a little talk. It's a walk and talk. So today's topic I'd like to bring out into the world is the difference between self-love, selfish, and selfless. There's a lot of interpretations going on, and I think many people, not just myself, are experiencing what we like to perceive as self-love by actually respecting and honoring us at a soul level. Maybe we're so clear on who we are as an individual, as a person, as this unique expression out in the world that we can honor that. If your very essence is something of importance, then why not let that shine? No one should ever hold that back. And if you know what's very well in your own right, don't let others hold you back. Don't let others keep you in some sort of power grip, restrictions. You're meant to blossom, especially if you're an artist. If you're on the path of creation, even more so. It comes from the heart. So, when we're here today, let's take a moment to reflect. Because as I take you down this little rabbit hole, someone who is truly in a state of self-love can welcome any other person who's willing to support them the very best of their well-being. But they honor it not for the sake of taking it out of angst, anger, repression. It is coming from the heart to know that, hey, I can stand in my own right. I can stand up for myself. I can speak my truth, and the very essence of my heart, it's on the line, and it's worth something. Others might not take it as that, and others think it's like worthless almost to a point. Even if it's just a surface level, there's never a degree in which you are going to truly explore who you are as an individual, unless you take that walk yourself. So many of us are stuck in our own judgments, I suppose. So to help clear up this topic, an individual who wants to be selfish would oppose all other forces, all other individuals, neglect any means of actual growth to make a difference. And if they're selfish because they need to put the oxygen mask on first, that's a different scenario, because context is always important. And context is what tells the difference. Because an individual who's selfish would just keep for themselves. They would lie. They would allow themselves to advance at the means of others. But someone who's selfless allows others to advance in exchange for themselves. And in this scenario, we're at two opposing forces in which we either take the reins or allow it to be given to somebody else. So if this is the decision, then which one is the right decision? That brings us to self-love. Now, self-love is a reminder to honor who we are as each individual, but that can only come from a place where we stand true. If you are born an artist and you create something into being and it's meaningful to you, what is it that any other person can truly understand that is worth something that you've already done that is meaningful? If your actions have spoken for themselves, then that there, all on its own right, is something that is saying, hey, this is aligned with who I am. This resonates with something that is important to why I'm here, why I'm exploring this beautiful place around us. And when we are in a state of tapping in to see who we are as a state of clarity, sometimes we're given this contrast through reality. Reality likes to give curveballs by saying, here, take all this shit and go through it. Let me know if you like it. And if you don't, then you clearly know what you like. So you're going to work to not allow that into your life. You're going to work to not make that be something that consumes you, that takes away your spirit, your drive. And right now, out of all the times, there's a moment here that we're all being called to have clarity in our lives, to take action, to move forward. And not many of us have the courage to do it, but all it takes is one little step to give yourself the moment of time of day to just sit and listen. Listen to who you are. Listen to what is within, to dreams, to messages, to what it is that maybe you're being called to do. That little spark or drive that you are interested in pursuing might not just be a simple, one-off. It could be a seed that could spark a whole new adventure. And we're each of us responsible for allowing that garden in which we want to grow into the world to be nurtured, to be given the proper water and nutrients, so that one day it may blossom into something more grand than we can ever imagine. And is that not what we're here to explore? If this idea of expansion is possible, if potential is something that we ourselves are in this machine of reality to create, then are we not here to harness the very essence of who we are? And this is not just some manifest destiny where you go out there and you do whatever you want. This is speaking to the very musical tones to stay in alignment, to stay in frequency. If not your frequency of who you are as an individual, but the frequency of who you're meant to be. We welcome that into our lives because we're resonant to it. It speaks to us as we speak to it. So if you're willing to take a chance on yourself, then allow that self-love to propel you forward. We're not all being held back, and many of us need the courage. We need the message. We need the concept to be able to work with, hey, if this is going to give me some sort of secondary perspective on it, then hell, I'm going to go for it. So if you're in a situation and you understand that the point of what your journey is to pursue is something of your own nature, don't let anyone else hold you back. Allow that self-love to produce that very light of your being, because that shining that light, it's unique only to you. So don't let that be something that will ever hold whatever it is you want to create into this world from being birthed. You are the Empress. You are able to be whatever it is you want to be, but don't just be whatever it is that you're called to. Don't be called by the very minimalist of calls. This is something that is deeper, that is spoken to on a language that does not need language. It does not need fandoms. It does not need to be perpetrated by ads, blown up in your face and constantly reminded as if it's some grand illusion, because no illusion will ever, ever, ever set you as free as the clarity it takes to go within. So take that with you and enjoy. It's a beautiful journey. Take care.